Have you ever felt like you're running on a hamster wheel, working harder and harder, but getting nowhere? You see the headlines about a booming economy, but when you look at your own life, something just doesn't add up. Let's talk about it. Let's look past the shiny surface and really examine the financial realities many Americans are facing today. You know the drill. You work a 50-hour week, sometimes more. You're dedicated, you're productive, but at the end of the day, what does that really get you? We're often told America is the land of opportunity, but for many, it feels like a landscape of financial hurdles. Take time off, for example. The average is around 2 weeks of paid vacation and a handful of paid holidays. Compare that to many other developed nations, and you start to wonder, are we working to live or living to work? It feels like we're constantly on the clock, with little time to recharge, travel, or just be with our families. And then there's healthcare. It's a topic that weighs heavily on so many of us. You get a good job and you think you're set. But then you see the cost of health insurance premiums deducted from your paycheck. It's a huge expense. And even with that coverage, a single unexpected medical issue can lead to daunting bills. It creates this constant low-level anxiety. You do everything right, but one piece of bad luck could destabilize your entire financial world. It makes you question the very foundation of the system. Let's talk about the dream of homeownership. For generations, it was the cornerstone of the American dream. A place to call your own, to build a life. But look at the housing market today. Prices in many areas have soared to levels that feel completely disconnected from average wages. You save, you budget, you try to build your credit, but the goalpost just keeps moving further away. It's incredibly disheartening for young people and families who feel locked out of a key milestone for building wealth and stability. And while all this is happening, you see the issue of homelessness growing in communities across the country. It's a stark reminder of what can happen when the economic safety nets have holes, when housing becomes unaffordable and wages don't keep up with the cost of living. More and more people find themselves in precarious situations. It's a complex issue, but it's one that reflects the broader economic pressures we're all feeling. Then you look at your pay stub. After taxes, federal, state, local, Social Security, Medicare. The number can be shocking. We understand that taxes fund essential services, but when you're struggling to make ends meet, it's natural to ask, am I getting good value for this? You see the high cost of living, the expensive healthcare, the challenging housing market, and it feels like you're repaying a premium price for a system that isn't always delivering on its promises. All these factors culminate in a very stressful reality for millions. A recent survey found that a huge percentage of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. This means there's no cushion, no room for a car repair, a dental emergency, or a sudden job loss. You're constantly walking a financial tightrope. This isn't about being bad with money. It's about a system where the costs of basic necessities are rising faster than many people's incomes. It's a recipe for chronic stress and burnout. So, what's the point of all this? It's not to be negative, it's to be realistic. It's to validate the feelings of anyone who looks around and thinks this is harder than it should be. Acknowledging these challenges is the first step. When we understand the systemic pressures we're facing, from long work hours to the high cost of living, we can start to have more productive conversations. What can we do? On an individual level, it's about focusing on what we can control. It means getting serious about financial literacy, learning to budget smarter, and finding ways to increase our income, whether through new skills or side hustles. It's tough, but it's our first line of defense. We have to empower ourselves with knowledge because no one else is going to do it for us. On a community level, it's about talking to each other, sharing stories, tips, and resources. When you realize you're not alone in these struggles, it builds solidarity. We can support local businesses, advocate for policies that make sense for working families, and demand more transparency and accountability from our leaders. Change often starts from the ground up, with conversations just like this one. And on a broader level, we need to rethink our national priorities. What does a truly first-world quality of life look like? It's not just about GDP or corporate profits. It's about the well-being of everyday people. It's about access to affordable healthcare, housing, and education. It's about having a work-life balance that allows for rest and family time. It's about creating an economy that provides real opportunity and security for the many, not just the few. These are big, complex issues, and there are no easy answers. But we have to start by asking the right questions and demanding better. The American spirit is resilient and innovative. We've faced enormous challenges before and found ways to improve our society. It's time to channel that spirit into building an economy that truly works for everyone. We need to look at what other successful countries are doing right and see what we can learn. Thank you for spending this time with me and thinking through these important topics. It's a conversation that needs to be had. If this resonated with you, please like this video and share it with someone who might need to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe for more discussions about the real issues that affect our lives. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What's your experience been like? Let's keep the conversation going.